And we're back.
Hello, friends!
Welcome to another week.
How's it going?
I just heard Ziggy go, meow.
Hope you're having a great week.
Yeah, I hope it's going all right. We're creeping up on Halloween. Hope you have fun plans. Ooh, we're going to a gala.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, we bought tickets through work because it's a donation for the business. And $200 later, we're going to a gala.
Nice.
Don't worry, it's not on the same weekend.
I was literally about to ask that question.
It's literally it's not this coming Saturday. It's on the 19th is when we're going. So it'll be on the Saturday after I think this episode goes up. But
no, this episode goes up on the 23rd.
Okay, so it was this last Saturday. I'm sure I had a good time.
Right.
We still haven't decided on a costume situation.
I'll be in New Orleans that weekend that you're going to that gala.
Oh my goodness. It benefits our library, so that's
nice.
why I talked him into it. I was like, how much we got in the bank? And he told me, and I was like, we can afford $200 for these tickets.
Right.
So.
Well, while you're listening to this, I am gearing up for our Halloween party, our annual Halloween party.
I'm excited.
I've done literally no planning for it. I created the Facebook event, and that's all I've done. I've not even posted about food.
Need to be asking people what they're
I
bringing.
know. I need to get on it.
I can do it. I'll post it.
I haven't.
Hey y'all,
planned,
what y'all bringing?
Right. I have not planned. I have the kids' costumes planned out. I haven't bought the first part of them. I have no idea.
I haven't bought any of my costume. I think I'm gonna go Moon Goddess situation.
Idea. I'm not gonna tell you. I told TJ he needs to figure it out because I've figured our costumes out the last several years. So I'm like, you figure it out.
I think I'm gonna get just like a black dress and embroider like gold stars and moons all over it. And then I've got this like headband that I bought that I want to do pictures in eventually. And then maybe like fix my hair and put some glitter in my hair.
Why are you holding your ears like that?
I don't know. It feels good. But do some glitter. I've got some fancy earrings.
Please, God, bring back the old school 90s body glitter.
Oh, it's all over Amazon. It's like $5.
I don't know. My suggestion for our costumes this year was literally just white sheet ghosts.
I like it.
I do too, because no one does that anymore.
Well, it was that, and like if I do that for the gala, I don't know because I was like, if I do whatever I do, I want it to do for both.
Are you doing that gala for the
library?
Is it in any relation to that bitch real estate agent?
Yeah, it's at that place. Yeah. But
in case y'all didn't hear that audible eye roll I just did, I can't stand that lady.
But I don't know. It's just, I think they just rented the venue from her. I think that's all. I don't know. I don't know if she's involved in it.
I'm not lying to tell you that when the time comes that we are trying to buy a house, if her name is anywhere on that house,
her properties sit for an awful long time.
If her name is anywhere on a house, we ain't doing it.
Yeah,
it could be the house of our dreams, and I'm turning it down.
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily have to go through her.
No, but like she gets a portion of it because it's her listing.
Yeah, I don't know, but
nothing.
It's just at the event place that I think she owns it.
I have beef. The only reason, for you listeners, the only reason I have beef with this lady is because she was trying to bully my parents into selling their house.
Yeah.
She was very, very hateful about it. So there's that. Anyway. I was going to say something. What was the other costume that y'all were thinking about? I feel like he told me.
The Peter Pumpkin Eater.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
We've debated that costume a couple of years.
He was like, I don't know, because he doesn't do couples costumes with me. He won't do it, which is fine. He just doesn't like to
literally
dress up.
Never dressed up.
Exactly. He just doesn't like to dress up.
That's literally fine. A t-shirt.
So if we do that, literally all he has to do is put orange paint on his face. That's it. And he was like, I'll do that. And then then we both got tickled because he was like, all the kids are going to be like, what are y'all?
And the only one that's going to understand it will be like Maddie.
Right. I was like, Maddie will think it's funny or gross.
Gross. Gross. 100% gross.
I was like, but that's what's funny. I was like, that's what makes it funny. It's because Maddie will understand it and be like, y'all are nasty.
She's at the age where she gets that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's because she's of that mindset that like it's disgusting for like grown-ups to eat. And so like
remember that?
If she catches, as someone who has physically heard / seen her parents. Anyway.
I mean, I get it.
Full on panic attack. I'm not going to lie. But, like, if she sees me and TJ, like, share any bit of affection toward each other, like, if we kiss each other or we're like, hugging.
Y'all are gross.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, funny. We're old, not dead.
Right.
And, like, she has this really bad habit of just, like, walking into my room with no notice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, bro,
you're gonna walk in on it someday. You need to watch yourself.
But whatever. Like, even if we've got like the curtain down and all that. No.
Now, like, that's not something that we would do for that event, but
no, for my party.
Yeah, we would for your party.
Absolutely, because everybody's gonna think it's hilarious.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't know. Do I, as a plus size lady, want to dress as a pumpkin? Not particularly.
Absolutely.
Not particularly. I don't know. Self-image issues.
I don't know.
I may not. I may wait until I've lost more weight.
Anyway. Oh, we ready to get on into it?
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Witches.
I wanted to start this episode out. A friend of mine, Josh, sent me a TikTok earlier today, and this is a quote from a guy by the name of Ryan LaSala, one of his books. His TikTok profile literally says that he's a yassified R.L. Stein, and I'm gonna have to look him up because those sound like the kind of books for me. Right. But the quote from his book says, if you look at most female archetypes, the mother, the virgin, the whore, their power comes from their relation to men, but not the witch. The witch derives her power from nature. She calls forth her dreams with spells and incantations, with poetry. And I think that's why we are frightened of them. What's scarier to the world of men than a woman limited only by her imagination?
Hell yeah.
Brother. I read that and I was like, I kind of love that.
Yeah. See, when I say that I'm a feminist, I'm not saying that I'm like one of these ladies that wants to be better than men. I just want to be left alone.
I just want to be treated equally.
Exactly. I want to be treated like a human being, and I just want to be left alone. Let me do whatever I'm going to do.
I'm not going to lie to tell you.
I'm not over here eating babies or anything like that, but like just...
It would make me happy to...
My worth is not determined by the man I'm with.
Right. But it would make me a little happy to have a man look at me with a little bit of fear in his eyes.
Ooh, have you ever had
that? Not
my
husband.
Have you ever had that? A man look at you like he's scared of you? Oh, it's amazing.
There is a particular... There's a particular man that will not be in the same building as me ever.
Well, I think that's a little bit of a different situation if it's who I think it is.
I think that he's partially scared.
Yeah.
But also I think it's his version of a power play.
Oh, yeah. But like, I'm going to have the opportunity to be in a room with a man in about a month that I know is scared of me, and it's really fueling my fire. I'll tell you about it later. You already know about it. It's oh, how do I say this? A really good friend of mine's stepson that you didn't, but me and some of my family used to hang out with sometimes. I'll tell you about it later. Anyway, he's scared of me and I think it's hilarious.
Teams.
Oh, I don't know if it's updated on here.
Because now I'm very, very curious.
Am I logged in? Hold on.
I don't even have mine up. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm in here. Okay.
I'm trying to get in now. Oh. Oh. Pause for
dramatic effect.
It's ASMR for you.
Yeah.
We'll throw that in for free.
But yeah, anyway, that man is scared of me and I find it funny.
That's funny.
Why are you scared of me? What did I ever do to you?
Why are you so obsessed
Am I intimidating to some men? Good. I'm glad.
Anyway. Get on into it.
So, images of witches have appeared in various forms through history. They have been seen as evil, wart-nosed women who huddle over a cauldron full of boiling liquid, as well as hag-faced, cackling women riding through the sky on a broom wearing a pointy hat. More modern iterations of the witch include a nose-twitching housewife, a teenage girl, and a trio of charmed witches who battle the forces of evil in their downtime. And early witches, however, were thought to be pagans who were doing devil's work, but many were simply natural healers or wise women who were misunderstood in their communities. Historically speaking, it is not clear when witches first appeared. However, one of the earliest records of a witch is in the book of 1 Samuel in the Bible. I didn't know if that was how it's like put in the Bible.
That's the way it's done, but it's 1 Samuel.
Okay, so 1 Samuel in the Bible. And this is thought to have been written between 931 BC and 721 BC. This tells the story of when King Saul sought the witch of Endor to summon the dead prophet Samuel's spirit to help him defeat the Philistine army. However, when the witch roused Samuel, he prophesied the death of Saul and his sons. And according to the Bible, the very next day, Saul's sons died in a battle, and then Saul himself committed suicide. There are other Old Testament verses that condemn witches, such as the too often quoted Exodus 22:18, which says, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." Other Bible passages warn readers against divination, chanting, or using witches to contact the dead. During the mid-1400s in Europe...
Hold on. Let's stop there because I think it's funny that it includes in the Bible using witches to contact the dead when they specifically say that those who have passed on are merely sleeping and are not dead, for they will come back when Jesus comes back.
I mean, we know it's full of contradictions.
I'm just saying. Anyway.
During the mid-1400s in Europe, witch hysteria really took hold, and many confessed to being witches, though they were tortured into their confessions. Within a century, witch hunts were commonplace, and many of the accused were executed either by hanging or burning at the stake. The most popular societal targets were single women, widows, and just other women on the margins of society. Between 1500 and 1660, upwards of 80,000 suspected witches were executed in Europe, and around 80% of those were women who were thought to be in cahoots with the devil and were filled with lust.
They're just a whore.
I mean, get your bag, girl.
Right.
I don't know why everybody got to be so up in arms about it. The highest execution rate of supposed witches was in Germany, but the lowest rate was in Ireland.
Because it's celebrated. I literally saw a commercial today on.
You watch commercials?
What were we watching? Disney Plus. Commercial break because we're going back through American Horror Story, all the seasons.
That's on Disney Plus?
Yeah, girl.
What?
Because it's like got Hulu and ABC and all that on there too.
Oh.
But there was a commercial today talking about the origins of Halloween and like and all of that, like it and how it roots back to Ireland.
Yeah.
And like telling you to celebrate and whatever. And I was like, that's cool.
I like that. In 1486, the publication of the Malleus Maleficarum was written by two well-respected German Dominicans, and this is likely what caused the witch mania to go viral by today's standards. The book, which is typically translated as the Hammer of Witches, was essentially a guide on how to identify, track, hunt, and interrogate witches. The book labeled witchcraft as heresy, and it became the authority by which Protestants and Catholics would use to try to flush out the witches living among them. For more than 100 years, the book sold more copies than any other book in Europe except for the Bible. This is a good time to mention that if you haven't listened to our episode on the Salem witch trials, this is a really good time to during the spooky season. And since we have already done that, I will only briefly mention that once the witch hysteria died down in Europe, it made its way to the New World, which was still reeling from the war between the French and the British, as well as a smallpox epidemic and the fear of attacks from the native tribes. This led for a very tense atmosphere, and it was ripe with scapegoats, which ultimately led to the Salem witch trials of 1692. But one of the most famous witches in Virginia's history is Grace Sherwood. Her neighbors alleged that she killed their pigs and hexed their cotton. There were other accusations that followed, and Sherwood was ultimately brought to trial in 1706. The court decided to use the water test to determine her guilt or innocence. Her arms and legs were bound, and she was thrown into a body of water. It was thought that if she sank, that meant she was innocent, but if she floated, she was guilty. Well, Sherwood didn't sink and was convicted of being a witch. Fortunately, she was not executed, but she did spend 8 years in prison for her crimes, and I put that crimes in quotation marks.
Right.
There was a satirical article written that was allegedly written by Benjamin Franklin about a witch trial in New Jersey that was published in 1730 in the Pennsylvania Gazette. And the article brought to light the absurdity of some witchcraft accusations, and it wasn't long before the witch mania died down, and laws were passed to help protect people from being wrongly accused and convicted. Da-da-da.
Are we jumping into my part now?
Yes.
Okay, so I've gone through, and I think the whole last half of this episode is going to be just different famous witches. I have talked about what I have brought up is like celebrities who are supposed witches.
I'll skip down and I'll just do mine after you get doing.
Do you want to do your other part first then?
And
we'll go back and forth there.
No, we can jump. We can jump back up to that.
Okay. So the first one that I want to talk about, and I'm sure that a lot of you already know that this was going to be mentioned, and I immediately, when we decided
this was forbidden,
episode,
this was a forbidden one for me.
I said
I would have not done it. This. I would have not done it anyway because I would know that you would want to do it.
So I want to start off with Stevie Nicks, and starting with her, I want to start off with some of Stevie's because we're on a first name basis. I want to start off with some of her own words. So here's some quotes from Stevie. I totally believe in magic because my life, I think, has been very magic. And magical things have come true for me time after time. And then there's always magic to be summoned at any point. I love to live in a world of magic, but not a fake world of magic. We all really basically have a lot of magic. It's only those of us that choose to accept it that really understand it. It's there for everyone. That's the only thing that I feel that I'm able to give to people, and that's why I know that they respond to me, because I try to give them only their own magic, not mine, but theirs. And that was in a Jim Ladd interview.
You think she smokes weed?
Oh, for sure. Because some of this is like, it goes in circles. But, so this conversation was in an interview, like a magazine interview in 1998. Mm-hmm. She was asked why mysticism has always been a part of her work. She said, because having a little bit of the spiritual is ultimately better than having none. A long, long time ago, I decided I was going to have a kind of mystical presence, so I made my clothes, my boots, my hair, and my whole being go with that. But it wasn't something I just made up at that point. It's the way I've always been. I've always believed in good witches, not bad witches, and fairies and angels. And then in October of 1980, with U.S. Magazine, she said, I love Halloween, and I love haunted melodies. I've never been and will probably never be a down-home rock and roll singer. I try to add that extra spooky dimension to whatever I do. I want my songs to sort of step a little bit into the bizarre. And then, I feel there are good spirits everywhere when I'm writing my songs helping me. I just feel them and feel good. And it's not stupid or mystical or weird. I just get good feelings from, I don't know, the air. And that was from Cream magazine in 1982. Crap, I lost my spot. In Playboy in 1982, she said, talking about her past lives, I think I spent a lot of time in old churches like a monk. Or monk. Monk, is that how you say it? I'm very comfortable around that kind of music, with that kind of creeping around, with being very quiet. My ballet teacher believes that my head was cut off in another life too. I totally give with my body except for my neck. Even if I go to the beauty salon, I can't put my head back. They have to hold it or it will drop. The same thing happens when I dance or get a massage. It's very weird.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. In Billboard magazine in April of 1998, she said, I am religious. I wasn't raised in any religion because we were always moving. When I was a kid, I didn't get involved in any church, but I believe there have been angels with me constantly through these last 20 years or I wouldn't be alive. I pray a lot. In the last few years, I've asked for things from God, and He's given them to me. And there were things that I thought were going to kill me, and He fixed them. I was destroying this gift that God gave me and asked for help. Now I'm happy, even outside my music, and enjoying my life, which I'll kind of get into relation of God and what I call spiritualism.
Yeah.
I'll get in on that here in a little bit. I think I actually talk about that with my next one. So then anyone who has ever heard of or heard Stevie sing has had the thought that this lady is a witch. Looking back, it seems to have all begun with the release of Rhiannon. Personally, this is one of my favorite songs. The song that has been interpreted to be an autobiography about Stevie's witchy side. She got the inspiration for this song from a book about a Welsh witch named Rhiannon called Triad. In concerts, she would introduce the song with, this is a song about a witch. And of course, she always gets into it and feels the music as she sings. This paired with her amazing wardrobe, there's really no question to me, even though she denies it most of the time.
Yeah. But also, too, I don't know if you mentioned it about her carrying around crystals.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't mention that, honestly. If she were to give me a crystal, I'm telling you.
Like, she carries around crystals and gives them to people. She's like, this is for you.
Yeah. But also...
Imagine she's just cursing people.
Also, she was featured in my favorite season of American Horror Story, which is Coven.
See, she's not helping. She's not helping the witch rumors.
So, despite her constant denial, we all know she's a witch. So that was it for her. Do you want me to keep going, or you want to go?
I'll go. How many do you have? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, I've got that list.
Okay, I was going to say, I only have a few, and they're not very, I didn't get into depth. So I'll just do 2 of my short ones.
Okay.
And then you get into your next one. So Beyonce, in 2018, a drummer from Beyonce's band accused her of practicing vindictive witchcraft with a filing. So he filed a lawsuit or something against her.
Okay.
Claiming that Beyonce dabbled in extreme witchcraft, dark magic, which her and Jay-Z are now linked to this whole Diddy situation that's going on. But also the singer Lorde, said in an interview with the Daily Telegraph when discussing that she saw the ghost of David Bowie, said, "It would be no surprise to anyone that I'm not weirded out by ghosts or spirits. I'm basically a witch."
Boom. So my next one is Winona Judd. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm literally just going off of my feelings here.
Yeah.
I literally have no reference material. I did try to Google this. There was literally nothing out there.
The only person on the planet.
Probably so. But
she does give Stevie witchy vibes.
This is just another that if you know, you know.
Yeah.
I love her dearly. I feel like this woman's got a voice bigger than this life.
Mm-hmm.
I know that she said a million times, even sings in her songs about it, that she's heavy into her faith. However, I am of the mindset that witchcraft can come in many forms. It's not always the scary spell curse casting that you think. And for those of you who are of the church going type people, think about it. You've got grandmothers who used herbs, who used all kinds of stuff to heal that were natural things of healing, correct? Okay. These special abilities that these people were given, they had to get them from somewhere.
Yeah.
Something gave them those abilities. So in your religion, you say it's God.
Yeah.
God gave her those abilities.
Yeah.
But back to Winona. Look at this woman's attire. She's very plus size Stevie.
Yeah.
I was very proud of myself for that. I thought of that all on my own. She's got a voice that can make you feel some type of way. Her voice I feel like it inspires, honestly. I could listen to her all day. Her soulfulness is for sure a gift that's been given from above. I bet you, I'd be shocked if she doesn't have rocks of some kind in her bra at all times.
Yeah.
Also, she looks like she would smell like incense and possibly devil's lettuce.
She does. She do be looking like she kind of smells like patchouli.
With a mixture of the devil's lettuce.
I mean, don't they go hand in hand? Yeah.
I like the smell of patchouli, but I don't partake in the devil's lettuce.
I don't. I do not like the smell of patchouli. That is
I don't
foul.
like it to be strong, and it's not something I want to listen to all the time.
I just had a thought, and I wanted to vocalize it before I forget. So the second reason why we thought the Peter Pumpkin Eater costume was funny is because we don't do that. We don't like it. We don't like it. Yeah. Neither of us like it. I don't like it.
It's also a very strange concept to me.
Yeah. I don't like it.
I could
get out of there.
I could get why a dude may not like it, because I myself am not one that is particular. Doing that action for a man is not my favorite of things to do, because I have trauma in my past that involves.
See, I don't mind it, but if I don't have to do it, I'm not going to.
Bingo. Will I do it?
There are other more fun things that I think we could be doing.
Will I do it? Absolutely.
And putting our mouths on each other isn't one of them.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not going to be gross. Never mind. I'm going to stop right there.
I don't think I'm in the minority either. I think there are a lot of women who just don't enjoy it. I just don't. I never have.
I'm sure.
I mean, I've had multiple partners.
And you know what grosses me out?
I'm like, don't kiss me after.
That's not where I was going with that. No. That doesn't bother me.
Ugh.
You know what grosses me out?
Mm-hmm.
People like you,
mm-hmm.
men looking at you and saying, it's just because you haven't had the right man to do it yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, must not be any of them knowing what they're doing, because I just don't like it. Just not having a good time.
Excuse me.
There are other more fun ways to reach a shared mutual goal.
Yeah.
For me. That's just for me. If your lady enjoys it, more power to you.
Bro. Knock her
What's that
off.
like? Right.
What's it like to be God's favorite?
Right. Way to tell us your wife is God's favorite. Anyway, I just wanted to say that because that's why we think that costume is funny.
Let's steer from that conversation because I could get real nasty about that real quick. I'm trying not to incriminate myself too damn much here.
Who did you have next?
Skip your next one on that list.
So Lana Del Rey. I love Lana Del Rey, and I definitely think that bitch is a witch. When she was asked if she placed a hex on a certain politician, she said, yeah, I did it. Why not? Look, I do a lot of shit. And honestly, that feels like such a Lana Del Rey response.
Right. I don't know who your next person is.
Evan Rachel Wood, she was in the first season of True Blood. She was the vampire queen that wore all the pantsuit and I think was a lesbian.
I mean, I did it.
She is really pretty.
Yeah.
She is really pretty.
She's married to a man.
Yeah.
You're saying she's a lesbian in the show?
In the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
She used to be married to Marilyn Manson, but he was super, super... How does he keep pulling these women and then being mean to them?
Can I tell you that TJ just went to see him in concert not too long ago and said that he puts on a really good show, surprisingly.
Really? Because when I saw him, it really wasn't that good.
TJ said it wasn't terrible.
Okay. When asked what she has on her at all times, Evan Rachel Wood said, sage, I don't know why I put safe. Sage and the gemstone tiger's eye for cleaning demons out of places.
Go ahead and go with your next one, because I'm kind of shocked on that one. If this is who I'm
Sybil Shepherd, I was very shocked.
If that's like she had a show entitled
Sybil. Yeah.
I'm not.
In an acceptance speech, she said, "Thanks to the great goddess in all her guises, may she bring us peace, joy, and righteous anger. Blessed be."
I could kind of see it, especially with like this particular picture. Let me see if it comes up on Google Images. Something about her smile in some of her pictures. It's very... I see it. I could see it. So my next one is Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Yeah.
So this is funny, haha, kinda, okay?
Okay.
Let's start with the looks.
Yeah.
Hunchback posture. Black Death Eater couture.
Yeah.
Couture.
I'm
so country. Stringy hair.
Yeah. They've
been very open with their obsession with crystals. They even gave them out to the attendees of one of their fashion shows. One of them has said that she sages everything all the time.
Yeah.
I think you included that.
Yeah, because I was like, it did not specify which one said this. But yeah. She does not want bad energy.
Right. They also seem to move in synchronicity, which that could just be a twin thing.
Yeah, because I saw a video not too long ago of a woman being like, somebody was like, oh, well, just because they're twins doesn't mean they're always in sync. And it's like multiple videos of her babies growing up until they're like probably maybe Easton's age. And they're like always doing things in sync.
Right.
And like not on purpose.
See, the set of twins that I know, like personally in my close life. Identical twins.
Yeah.
They have a very close connection. But like, I don't see them as being moving in synchronicity, and
yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
I'm sure I do, but I can't think of it right now.
Nighthawk.
Oh, yeah.
Like, honestly,
I forget they're twins because they really don't look alike.
Girl, whatever. Like, it took me a full...
I say that as like, which one is that?
Yeah. It took me a full probably 5 years to be able to tell them apart. I was going to say,
this year at Ray Day, I could tell them apart.
So, here's what really helps me out. And I'm sorry, I know if you guys... I haven't heard from either of y'all in a while, but if you guys still religiously listen, I'm real sorry. One of them is smaller than the other, and they're built the same but different. And so it helps me decipher. But they also have 2 completely different styles now.
I was gonna say they both have different styles. They both have different grooming techniques.
Yes.
And yes, I mean, they're clearly not the same size. I think
I'm not saying either one of them are huge,
right? But
they're big boys. They're both big boys, but big in stature. Like they're, how they came from their mother. I will never understand.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Especially their younger brother.
She's tall.
Ish.
She's taller than me.
Well,
so she's
tall. Still small. And how the youngest one came from her.
Well, I mean,
at 16 years old.
He's huge.
Weighing, I don't know, probably 300 pounds. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But he's like 6.5.
She
probably
just makes
taller,
big babies.
Tall. Like, if this kid would take football seriously, he's going pro.
Yeah.
If he will take it seriously, if he will have the hunger and have the drive, the kid will go pro.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to, they do a great job of staying pretty hidden from the world in true witch fashion,
Yeah.
Except for the occasional gala. There are a few things that have been said in interviews that could be a twin thing also, but kind of witchy. They can kind of sense each other's feelings. And when one is doing well, the other one is not so much. So let's throw in that also their sister played the Scarlet Witch in the Marvel series just as a little kicker. Not that really has much to do with it, but I just wanted to throw that in there.
It's worth a mention.
Also, somebody that I was really surprised not to find on here. Kinda not.
Yeah.
Speaking of Marvel series, the girl that plays... What is her name?
Oh, but I had a little note on my Mary-Kate and Ashley. It was like, honestly, these two give me energy vampire vibes. But that's just me. They look like they suck the energy out of the room.
Yeah. Florence Pugh.
Oh, yeah. She definitely gives.
Also, she could get it.
Oh, yeah. And I don't even, fuck around like that.
She could get it.
My last person is Patrick Swayze.
I can't believe I didn't include that one. It's on my list.
I was kind of surprised. So he was quoted as saying, "I absolutely believe in crystals. They are a major part of my life. I really think I'm on a journey now, spiritually and career-wise." And at this point in the interview, he held up a thin opalescent rock. "This is my magic wand. And this one, tiny, smooth, black, this has positive properties. I have tons of these things, museum quality. I don't know if this stuff works, but I tell you, I believe that things you believe in can come true."
He seems very yoga-ish.
Yeah, he did seem...
Also, he's got another magic wand that...
Well, he's dead now.
Would love. Well, yes, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're picking up what you're putting down.
Do you want me to continue through celebrities in the list that I've got?
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have Gabrielle Anwar.
Who is that?
Let's see. I don't know. She's on my list.
I feel like she might have been on the list I saw too.
She is in Burn Notice, Sin of a Woman, For Love or Money, Sexology, Body Snatchers.
Oh, yeah.
The Three Musketeers.
Yeah, she looks witchy. She looks like she does yoga.
I'm trying to find something that's like... These are getting older the further I go in.
Oh, she was in The Tudors.
Oh, she's in Once Upon a Time. Who did she play in that?
Oh, Lady Rapunzel Tremaine, Lady Tremaine, and Victoria Belfry.
Okay. Anyway, so this reference that I'm looking at is Elle.com, ELLE.
Yeah.
I'm doing this work. I'm making dinner. I'm being a wife, trying to be as attractive as I can, trying to put out with my sexuality to the degree that will keep my husband interested in me and not in other women. I'm pulling my weight financially. I'm doing all this stuff and I'm feeling this incredible inequality. And I'm a pagan. I'm a pagan. This isn't for me. The institution that was invented to control women, and I'm not willing to be controlled any longer.
Look at that.
Be out there, girl.
Yeah.
Heather Graham, who is...
I think, did we have the same list?
Probably. Heather Graham. Why did that...
Yeah, we totally had the same list.
Did we?
Yeah.
Why is that doing... Heather Graham. Graham.
She was in From Hell. Which was a
Here, you look up where these people are from. Okay?
Lord.
You get ahead of me.
Hold on. I gotta open this back up. My browser's being all weird. The last time I opened Google Chrome...
Oh, that's only like one more after her.
Well, I know, but like the last time I opened Google Chrome on this computer, Spreaker shut down. So.
Okay, so no, don't worry about it then. I got it.
Well, I opened Bing. So who?
I got Heather Graham.
Heather Graham.
Heather Graham was in, let's say, I'm trying to find something that I feel like people would know, and I'm not seeing. She looks familiar. Compulsion. Judy Moody in The Bummer Summer. Father of Invention, The Hangover. She was in The Hangover. That's where I know her from. Killing Me Softly, From Hell, Say It Isn't So, Committed. That's that one. And she was in Austin Powers and The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Yeah.
Scream 2, Lost in Space. Anyway, so she says, I have this group of friends and we get together and we call ourselves the goddesses and we wish for things, and then a lot of amazing things have happened to all of us. We burn things, honoring the elements of earth, wind, air, and fire. You do spells. We did this thing where we were calling on the wind and the air, and this whole storm started on my roof. It was amazing, empowering. And then the last one is Spencer Pratt.
And he is an American reality TV personality. He's married to Heidi Montag. They were on The Hills.
He says, I spent thousands of dollars having a wizard coach. Being a wizard, it's pretty heavy. Going around with the rutilated quartz wand, and people start looking at you weird when you're wanding your coffee in the morning and whatever. Now I just love to look at them because I've moved past them having powers. If they had powers, I would be Kim Kardashian right now and not Spencer. So there was that. So now we can get into your
some fictional witches. Starting off with Professor Minerva McGonagall, which I mentioned her first because Dame Maggie Smith recently passed away.
We had a really rough really rough month in Hollywood.
September was awful.
And the first part of October.
Chris Christopherson died.
The voice
of Oogie Boogie.
James Earl Jones.
The voice of Darth Vader.
Is that his name, James Earl Jones?
Yeah, James Earl Jones from...
So let me tell you what had happened.
If you build it, they will come.
Let me tell you what had happened. And I don't know if I just got confused or if I had a whole premonition. But James Earl Jones died. And I knew that he was the voice of Darth Vader, okay?
Yeah.
But then that following Friday, which was this past Friday, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So we sat down to have like a family movie night.
Yeah.
And we watched Don't Look Under the Bed. You remember that show?
Yeah.
Or that movie? Brought that back for the kids.
Nice.
They liked it. Easton was kind of scared of it. But in his defense, the Oogie Boogie, or not Oogie Boogie, but the Boogeyman is kind of scary looking.
Yeah.
And then we watched Nightmare Before Christmas. And the whole time Oogie Boogie was talking, I was like, oh, rest in peace. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, oh, this person's dead now.
You killed him.
I don't know if I had a premonition or if I was just confused.
No, I think you killed him.
Like, because it wasn't, 2 days later? Yeah. And then Josh sends me the text telling me that he was dead. And I was like, I thought he was already dead. I thought he just already died. Like, that happened last week. And he was like, no, it literally happened last night. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't want to hear it. He's nowhere. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be hateful. But he's nowhere near as important as Betty White. And look what you did.
I mean... I forgot what I did.
You didn't kill her. Maddie and Gemma did, but...
I was going to say, I don't know what I did. Tell me.
You just bombed me on my birthday with that information.
Oh, yeah.
You hateful bitch.
Is that when it started? When we started?
Yeah, because I was like, okay, game on. I'm going to start hurting your feelings with this now. We have.
It's not a game. This is serious. These are people's lives.
Good God.
Hermione Granger. Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Maleficent. I like her. I like the cartoon version better, I think, than the live action. Not that Angelina Jolie did anything wrong or that's bad. It's like a bad movie. It's not. I just prefer that cartoon version.
What I like about the Angelina Jolie version is the scene where he cuts her wings.
Yeah.
That to me gets more into the feeling of someone being essayed.
Yeah.
And how that takes a part of them away.
Yeah.
That was more of a symbolic situation for me and spoke volumes.
I get it. Sabrina Spellman in all of her iterations. I started to say.
I'm not going to lie to tell you I like the Chilling Adventures better than any of them.
Yeah, I think you're right. I do too. Samantha Stevens and her mother Endora from Bewitched. Loved Bewitched growing up. The Charmed ones from Charmed. The sisters.
I don't like the remake.
The Power of Three. I never watched it.
Oh man, that was my shit.
No. I watched Charmed, but I never watched the
newer one. I didn't like it. Then the old one though, I will still turn it on from time to time.
Mm.
My favorite. Who was your favorite of the Charmed ones?
Probably Piper.
Same.
Because
I hated Prue.
Is that
Shannon Daughtery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was all right. I didn't feel one way or the other about her. Rose McGowan, it took me a little while to get used to her, but I ended up kind of liking her. But when I originally, I would have probably said the Alyssa Milano, but now as an adult, no, because she's not a good person. Probably.
I didn't like it when they threw Haley Cuoco or whatever her name is in there.
Yeah.
That irritated me as well.
I put the first person that popped up on this list from American Horror Story Coven was Misty Day.
She was my favorite character in that whole season.
I didn't put any others.
You know why?
Why?
She was the one that was in love with Stevie. She's the reason why Stevie was on the season.
Nice. Sarah Bailey from The Craft. Sally and is it Jillian or Gillian?
Yeah,
okay, Jillian Owens from Practical Magic. I need to watch that. I need to make Daniel watch that. It's
I
such
love
a good
that movie.
The Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz.
Fuck that bitch. Oh, damn it.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
2 episodes
I feel like she was misunderstood.
Listen,
Listen, I said it earlier and you didn't catch it.
Okay.
I feel like the Wicked Witch of the West was misunderstood.
I really hated
that bitch, Glinda the Good Witch.
I really hated that whole entire movie. I'm not going to lie to tell you.
Ooh, I love The Wizard of Oz.
My mama loves that movie.
I want to see Wicked. I'm not super familiar with it, but I do want to see it.
My mama loved that movie and forced us to watch it all the time. And I hated that movie mainly because the Wicked Witch of the West terrified me.
I think she was misunderstood.
Nope. She a bitch.
And I think Glinda killed the Wicked Witch of the East. I think Glinda made sure she was under that house.
This next one, I hear people say she's a witch, but I don't.
Mary Poppins? How do you think that woman is not a witch? Please, I need the rationale.
She's not a witch. She just doesn't.
She flew down from the sky with a bag that was just never ending. She had a lamp in that bag, bro.
Her sister was a
witch. She came down in a bubble, bro. Ursula, the sea witch.
I'll give you that.
Then Glinda, the Good Witch, is on here. The Good Witch. She called herself the Good Witch. The Sanderson sisters. Love them. Which one's your favorite? Yeah, I've seen the second one. Which one's your favorite?
Winnie.
No.
I don't know. I kind of like... Hold on.
I like Sarah.
Yeah. But the other one's my favorite. God,
yeah.
what's her name?
I can't remember.
Sarah, Winnie, and...
Okay, Google. What are the names of the Sanderson sisters?
Hocus Pocus has 37 characters. Here are the first 3. Winifred Sanderson, Sarah Sanderson, and Thackeray Binks.
That did not help.
Okay, Google. What is the name of the Sanderson sisters in Hocus Pocus?
According to Wikipedia, on October 31st, 1693, in Salem, Massachusetts, Thackeray Binks discovers that his younger sister Emily has been whisked away to the woods by the 3 witches Winifred, Mary, and Sarah Sanderson.
Okay,
Google, shut the fuck up. I hope we triggered all y'all's devices.
The Witches of Eastwick. It's been a...
Freestyle by
oh my...
Alexa,
stop. Okay, Google, stop. Stop. You're being too much.
All right.
Okay, Google.
Okay, Google.
Okay, Google. Stop. Stop. I will unplug you.
I understand. I just want you to know, I'll miss you.
The Witches of Eastwick. She's
all
listening.
Right, the Witches of Eastwick.
Oh my God.
Playing on Office TV. Sorry, something went wrong. When you're ready, give it another try.
No, I gotta wait for all them blinking lights to stop. Okay. The Witches of Eastwick. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I did not know I was going to cause total Google chaos.
I hope that screwed with all of y'all's.
Lord, and I'm not even going to put a warning up.
I even threw in the Alexa for good measure on accident because that's what I have at my house.
There's Morgana from Merlin, which I watched.
That's also a character in
the Marvel Universe as well.
No.
Oh.
Little Mermaid. The second one, maybe?
Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen the second one.
That's Ursula's sister, I think.
I don't know. I just know she's associated with Merlin.
Yeah. That's the younger sister of Ursula. She's in the second one.
Lafayette Reynolds from True Blood.
Yep.
Melisandre from Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Mad Madam Mim from The Sword and the Stone. I love her. That's like my spirit animal. Marnie Piper and Aggie Cromwell from Halloween Town, which I will say, this article, trash. You know why? Because they did not use the original Marnie in the picture.
Oh.
They used that substitute. And then this one was on the list, and I was like, are we sure? But I threw her on here. Miss Yzma from the Emperor.
The Liver
From the Emperor's New Groove. The poison for Cusco.
I was trying to think of any that we've missed. So we talked about in the last episode with the vampires and the werewolves, the originals and Vampire Diaries. So you had in that show there was a witch.
There were a couple on that list that were from Vampire Diaries.
Davina Claire was a big witch player. Bonnie, I don't remember her. Bonnie Bennett. There we go.
Yeah,
she was a witch. One of the most powerful. Those two are like two of the most powerful witches that ever were in that universe.
Yeah. Well.
Excuse me.
You got anything else?
No.
Well, I guess follow
nonprofit.
us. Yeah, you got the nonprofit. You're prepared. I was not.
Literally prepared as of when I got here.
Mm-hmm. I've had time. I haven't done it.
All right, so
I do have one for the next episode, though.
My nonprofit for this one is the Heart of Spirit Halloween, the Spirit of Children. Spirit Halloween makes hospitals less scary. Their mission is, since 2006, it's been Spirit of Children Halloween's mission to use the excitement of Halloween and imagination to bring communities closer and help make a child's medical journey less scary. With support from passionate guests.
It's getting late.
Yeah. Help from our vendors and licensing partners, we've raised over $127 million and counting to support child life services. Every penny of each donation made goes directly to each store's local partner hospital's child life department to support children and their families while they receive care. Partner hospitals use donations to provide critical child life staff, sibling and family support services, sensory equipment, and patient-focused resources, including therapy programming, toys, crafts, art supplies, and so much more. Plus, every Halloween, all partner hospitals receive packages filled with costumes, accessories, coloring books, crayons, and tote bags to help facilitate festive Halloween celebrations for patients, caregivers, and their families. So, and we usually do when we shop, we go to Spirit at least once every season.
Yeah.
And we usually do make a donation. When
I donated when I was there not too long ago.
I was
grabbing a bunch of little shit.
I was very disappointed in the selection there this year.
I went to, so the one in Rivergate isn't open yet. It's not open yet.
What?
Yeah. So I was in Rivergate last weekend, and it wasn't open yet. It's in the old Sam Ash. And I was like, yeah.
Sam Ash is not there anymore?
No, it
closed. We were literally just there.
Yeah, no, it closed. And Spirit Halloween swooped in.
Of course they did.
So I'm looking forward to going to that one because so far I've only been to the one in Clarksville and it's just a tent and I was disappointed.
Was that even was it over there by the crystals?
What?
Like where the at home store is?
The Spirit Halloween?
Yeah.
No, it's at the mall.
Okay, because there is a tent over there too and I was like, that's like some off-brand mom and pop type tent.
Oh, I don't know. But no, it's over by the mall.
Okay.
Like it's directly in front of the mall.
Okay.
And
remember when it used to be a big pumpkin?
Yeah, I was telling Danny about that. I said I went to it when it was a pumpkin.
And it had a revolving door and Maddie got stuck.
I said we took Maddie there when she was like little bitty. She was like not a toddler, but like maybe like kindergarten age or something.
And she was terrified of everything.
Yeah. You remember when she was scared of everything?
Now she ain't scared of shit. including her mother?
I was going to say, including either of her parents.
Oh, she's kind of scared of him.
Wow.
She said, when I made her make the phone call,
yeah,
he was really calm about that. I'm really nervous about going now. I say, you probably should be.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Well, thanks for coming to another week.
Yep. Follow us
on the Facebook,
Instagram,
TikTok,
YouTube.
Email us at wandersofweird@gmail.com.
Woo!
Okay, bye.
Bye.